Hi, Jeremy here with MathomBooks. Here's my 5 reasons why there are so many more girl booktubers than there are guy booktubers. Here goes. What's the deal here? Do guys simply not read books? What's going on? And here's reason number 1. The social factor. Girls like to talk, right? We know this is true. Certainly, starting in middle school, girls, they get together in their little circles and they talk and they talk and they talk, talking. And it seems like that because of that social factor, it really makes a lot of sense. You're here on YouTube, you've got your webcam, and you can talk to people about your books, and it's really exciting, right? And there's that element that I think the girls have, that strength. They have that comfortability with just talking. They like talking about these things. They talk about it with their friends, and so it's really not much of a stretch for them to jump in front of their webcam and talk about books to their camera, right, to you guys. So I think that's the main first reason, is the social factor. The second reason why there are so many female booktubers is what I'm going to call the YA boom factor. I think we are in the middle of a YA boom. Yes, it's been happening for a while, right? Certainly going back several years. I would mark this, I know you guys aren't all going to agree with me or like it, but it's true. With the advent of Twilight kind of broke open the doors for YA literature, and since the phenomenal sales of the Twilight series, YA books have just been blowing it up. It is a huge portion of the publishing industry right now. And who reads YA? Well, young adults primarily, right? Yes, that's true. But who in particular do YA books seem to cater to? And again, this goes back to Twilight, and that is, as you guys know, paranormal romance, right? Right now, dystopian's the big thing, but just before that was paranormal romance. You couldn't get away from it. And who reads that stuff mostly? Mostly girls. And so I think because of the YA boom, because of the way that YA, at least it has so far, has catered and kind of pandered itself to the female audience, I think that's going to produce more female booktubers because they're the ones getting excited about the books. Take a guy who read Divergent. Take a guy who read Vampire Academy. Take a guy who read Pretty Little Liars, right? Yeah, they might like the books, but they're a little bit less likely to get us crazy about it as a girl is because of the romance factor. So that's my second reason. What do you guys think about that? I really want to get your guys' comments, your thoughts on this. My third reason, I hope this one doesn't get me in trouble, but my third reason is that girls tend to be more of the indoor type of creature, right? Girls are more comfortable. They decorate their rooms. I see them, I see them in your videos. You guys have these really nice rooms and, with pretty painted walls. And, I think it's that nesting instinct, right? Girls generally, I'm not saying everybody, girls seem to be more indoorsy. And so I think that booktubing lends itself to that, sitting in your room, you're comfortable, you've got your hot tea with you, you've got a blanket wrapped around you, and you just hit record on your webcam, and there you go, you're booktubing, right? And where are the guys? Well, guys are out skateboarding, riding a bike down the street, whatever, right? They're at the beach. Not that girls don't do that stuff. I know they do. I'm speaking in very general terms, but that's my third reason. My third reason why there are so many female booktubers is I think that girls are more indoors types of people. The fourth reason why I think there are more female booktubers is what I'm going to call the show me factor. And this is related to Tumblr. Tumblr also, for those of you that don't know, is also greatly predominated by females. More girls Tumblr than guys do. And here's why. I think girls like to show in a different way than guys do. Guys are very action oriented. They want to show you what they can do physically, right? They want to show you how well they can ride a bike, how well they can skateboard. They want to show you tricks that they can do, right? It's physical a lot with guys. Whereas girls, they more want to show, hey, look what I've read. They want to engage you intellectually on a social, psychological level. And I think that's what's going on here. So just like Tumblr, which is where you're posting, you know, all these pictures of things you like, well, Booktubia is pretty much the same way, right? You girls are talking about books you loved, characters you loved, authors you enjoyed. And I think it's the same concept. If you think I'm stretching this a bit, let me know. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments, but I really think there's something to this, what I'm calling the show me factor. Girls want to show what they're involved in. They want to show what they enjoy, characters, stories, psychological things, more so than boys that want to just show how high they can ride off a ramp, right? My fifth and final reason why there are more female booktubers than males is because, and this is kind of an open-ended thing here, this is like some questions I have, is one, I want to say, does YA literature, does it exclude males? Because it's such a high predominance of romance, is it pushing males out? So maybe is it YA's own fault? That's one part. Another part is, we've seen, this has happened for years and years and years. Go to any college you like across this country, I imagine around the world, and who are the people studying computer programming? Guys. By and large, it's guys that study computer programming. But what they've shown, again, on research after research, is that who uses the programming that's created by those programmers? Girls. If you remember MySpace, Lizzie Books will remember MySpace. Some of you guys will go back a bit will remember MySpace. You'll remember all the bling in the late days of MySpace. People get their pages blinking and all these cool fonts, and it was like pretty ridiculous, quite actually. But who was doing that mostly? It was mostly girls. And here's what they found. They found that girls, again, kind of tied to that nesting instinct, they like to decorate things. They like things to look pretty, right? And so it seems like the BookTube world is not about zeros and ones. It's not about punching numbers. It's not a guy-oriented thing. It's about finesse and subtlety and nuance. And I think that's just something that girls are better at. I think girls are socially more attuned to fashion. And when I say fashion, I mean fashion in a book sense, as in style and how things are explained. They understand words better because they talk more. See reason number one. And lastly, to kind of tie up this reason number 5, which is kind of a conglomeration of ideas, is that there are no bombs or explosions or guns going off in Booktubia, right? We're just talking about books. Where are a lot of your boyfriends right now? They're playing some stupid video game where they're controlling a digital character who is mowing down aliens with a machine gun, right? That's what they're doing. Explosions, loud things, bombs. That tends to be not quite what's going on here in Booktubia. So, there it is. I want your comments. I want your thoughts. Talk to me. Do a video response, please. Let's have a discussion. Let's make this an interesting debate. Do you guys think that I've got this right? Am I completely crazy? Am I being sexist? Have I crossed a line here? Am I totally overgeneralizing? You tell me, what am I doing? Or maybe you totally agree and you want to say, Jeremy, you nailed it. You got it so right. Thank you so much for saying this and solving this problem. I wish. Thank you guys for watching. Have a fantastic booktubing experience.